Hello and welcome to the second devlog for Multitech, which is the current game I'm working on. Now, if you've seen all of my live streams up to this point, then actually still stay tuned in, because there's more stuff which I haven't, well, at the time of recording, I haven't actually divulged a lot of this information. So, let's start with what I have actually accomplished in the past few days. So, first of all, you might notice this stylish menu thingy-madoo. That looks okay. I don't really love it, but it's something. I did this using a nice 9-patch rect, which is a Godot thing. Basically, you give it a texture, which has corner, edge, corner, and a centerpiece, and it'll actually adapt based on how you scale it. So that means you can do pretty much any shape, and it'll actually adapt the boundaries, which is pretty cool, and I've never used it before, and I just decided I would try it out, so I did. These buttons don't look amazing. They look fine, I guess. This is the ship. I've done I think I already showed you that, though. As for the actual in-game stuff, ignore this guy. He's not meant to be here, and at the time of recording, I had no idea he was even in the game. So, just focus on the player, who is now smaller. These bullets now have a nice light effect. I don't know if you can really see. You can definitely see when I do that. But you can see they do have a light effect showing up. And I'm pretty sure that guy's very existence breaks the entire game, so I am just going to go ahead and remove him so that this devlog is allowed to go forward. Don't get too attached to him though, because as I said, got some more stuff to divulge at the end of the video. So yeah, that's pretty good. Also some little tilting when you go up and down. All very standard stuff. You can see when the boss actually initializes, things speed up back here. Notice the lovely new health bars. Here's the boss guy. And I've done the laser beam. I made the laser beam look nice, so I told you I'd do that, and I did. So here is the little mini game you have to do. Goes up, and here is the laser beam. I'm so proud of this laser beam. This actually took me like kind of a while to do. Like 2 hours maybe. Basically what it is, it's a combination of just a sprite and a what do you call it, shader. So you can see this is what the laser beam actually looks like. You can see it distorts pretty much everything unless I zoom in really far, at which point it stops, and that's because I don't understand how shaders work. However, if I zoom really out, I don't know if you can even see this based on the recording quality over here, but you can see it's composed of a lot of little particles. And the reason for that is because I've got this particles node, which has a shader on it. The little material here. So you can see this is basically just a little distortion. It just changes the UV that it's reading from at the current point. So it's invisible on black backgrounds because there's nothing to distort, but it will actually displace anything else. I don't really know if I can disable this quickly. Actually, I should just be able to cut this, and you'll notice it does nothing. Or I can just leave that alone. Or I could just do a rec4 1111, and there you go. That'll show you. This is what the actual particles look like. And then they actually, when they move over it, they distort or they offset anything underneath the particle by a tiny amount. So let me put that back. You can see here the particles are moving up, and when they overlap, they displace it by a little bit. So it gives it this really nice shimmery effect. And I hereby release all of this under the MIT license because I'm a good, lovely boy, even though it's like 2 lines. But yeah, you can use this whatever. I'll put the code in the description if somebody cares. It's not very complicated. I'm just proud of it. You can see this flashes a little, and that's pretty much the VAT. Got this little windscreen. This doesn't look very good. I've yet to actually make this look proper. I have added a few what do you want to call it? If I can actually find the thing that spawns in the come on, where is it? This is not what I want, but it's similar to that. It is inventory item, yes. This has all the types. It has the names, so you'll notice here gun, shield, hull, passive. Might change those, probably will. Item names, blah blah blah. Item descriptions. Just some stuff, and it automatically figures out one of those to show up at the end, and that'll get added to your inventory, and that whole system works nicely, even though it has no effect on gameplay, but I'll fix that eventually. So, what is it that I wanted to say at the beginning of the video? basically, I'm probably going to overhaul a lot of this because I'm not very happy with this idea. It's not super interesting. I thought maybe it would be more interesting as I went along, but God was I wrong. It got less interesting. So, and not to mention the fact that like a lot of this stuff is very content intensive, and I'm not very good. I'm one person, not a very skilled person, and I can't exactly make an entire game's worth of content the way that I want to. So, my next plan is to change the game around. I'm probably going to make it more monochrome. I'm going to make the colors change, but the key thing is that I have a little text document here which I scribbled down. Let me see if I can find it. This is a good professional thing. Yeah, everything monochrome, silhouette sprites only. That's just a random idea. Basically, you go, you start a game, you kill a bunch of one enemy type, however many it tells you to, and you'll warp, in quotes, warp to another dimension. Why is the screen doing that? Ugh, don't know why that is. Yeah, so that basically is how that works. So you'll end up with being faced against a lot of effectively randomly generated enemies that'll just show up here. I'm not very good at explaining this. I had this idea earlier today, but I am going to try to implement it because it's more interesting than this little guy. Just shooting guys I gotta make. So yeah, that's pretty much all. If you have any questions or if I didn't explain this well enough, please let me know, because I'm sure that I didn't. I just don't want to spend like in the next 15 minutes trying badly, stumbling over my words to explain this idea. Also, one more thing, no more snail mail videos. I know that those aren't exactly as well received as my proper videos, and I'm like a lot of people unsubscribe because of those. I mean, Jesus, I'm down like 1 subscriber in the past 28 days. I should be on an upward slope, but the snail mail videos have actually neutralized that. So don't worry too much about that. Next video is going to be a proper one about the Godot engine, I think? I'm not sure. I can't really remember. It's going to be one. I have a bunch of scripts anyway. Thanks for watching and goodbye.